But the position of being a landlord is funny. Yeah, and then your tenants will come and say, "Oh, please, I want to have a birthday party in the house. Can I have a permission to?"
Yeah, you need it. Yeah,
It's very important.
It's very, very important. No, because we need that culture. But listen, we don't inform people. Even in your neighborhood, you have to inform everyone.
Yes.
Recently,
That I'll be disturbing you for a while.
One Christmas, I remember at that time, I had just given birth to my girl, and some people were disturbing. I called the police.
yeah.
Yes, I had to call the police because look, they won't let us sleep. And bro, I made gig. I say, "Na momo bugging." They were disturbing me left, right, center. And just behind my estate, some drinking spot there. These people can disturb without telling you anything.
Yeah,
Just make noise.
Me, I would have allowed. By my other tenants, some of them they are controversial a bit.
It's not about controversy. It's not about controversy, Charlie. If
I
you
just
have
respect them too. So
Charlie, in these COVID times, don't disturb people. See the way Kwesianes is giggling? Because you people don't know.
you don't know what's in the Dodoa forest.
And now where is Sadaka? But papa, who will be a what?
Sanyon the brow coba who feel a bit too. A show is a new Oba who feel a bit too.
I was able
A show boat. And never how and you woo.
Oh yeah.
That part there, Udukwa, and away, and I went to Sadaka.
Nanado, that's Nanado song.
But Andy, there was this.
What are you doing here? Chief Whip.
Andy,
yeah.
There's a new home. After Namino can say, my father and person, you know that. The minority caucus, you are disturbing.
Minority caucus, you are disturbing.
This is a retract. This is a majority chief.
There was a song
addressing you.
There was a song my father and brother. I was a little boy at school.
This is my majority.
And then one afternoon, and then Ubi Baba Dan, Papaka. Nipano, or if you corridor the Moano, and there was this song. Minim Konya fast work coincidentally, and no one had depth in Kushia. Wafanono.
That be John K. And he said no John K.
What is that to today?
That was not John K.
Radio no ebono. Like all of a sudden of a radio industry from say.
You get stories wrong. You get stories wrong.
Speaking of songs. Where is Bidash?
As for the story competition, if you are the
Yeah, Andy
to get stories.
Hey, Andy.
No, but this one really.
And these stories, it be connected to locations. Yeah. Bantama, Kaswa, and Kaswa, New York, and I Circle.
But I love his New York stories.
And
New York stories in there. New York stories in there for right book on now.
Ebisu
Bemen.
And some in Manhattan.
What Kwesianes is saying is true. So you remember DJ Roy in Kumasi?
Yes.
Yeah, for some years I was not talking to him. Because I was in a taxi with a certain lady and I was trying to toast her. And then as I was busily toasting her, the girl was laughing. And DJ Raw was on radio, and apparently he was playing Odofo for the FO. So for some years, me and we know the talk.
I was saying
the songs for my channel.
Your own good. I don't tell you, say me somebody can visit me my next door. The person they play some song. Attach the girl and they say, "Oh, Jaja, why? I won't tell you about that. Then I went to the guys. I went to the guys' room. Boop, 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 boop. Masadai, and you man, boy, and you fool me. That was make us so make myself some class. Dum no. I came down the girl go. Like that they had a killer for them. Speaking of songs, ex-President Mahama has spoken. He says, well, he doesn't want celebrities involved in his campaign. It kills their career. The NDC flag bearer John Mahama says he prefers to not get celebrities involved in his campaign ahead of the 2020 general elections. Speaking in an interview on Star FM, he explained that people from other parties develop some hatred towards celebrities when they make their political positions clear. He added that the support could lead to the destruction of the celebrities' career. I don't want to affect their careers, he said. People will misinterpret their support and think because they are supporting you, I won't buy their music or watch their movies. That shouldn't be the case, but unfortunately, this is what happens, he stated. Let's listen to ex-President Mahama when he was answering a question posed or asked by host Francis Aban on Star FM.
Well, musicians would make music for you and all that, but it doesn't really amount to an endorsement. That's we don't understand some of these things. In Ghana, when a musician makes music for you or for a political party, then he comes against quite a lot of antipathy from the supporters of the other party, and that shouldn't be the case, but unfortunately that is what happens. And so in this particular campaign, I have tried to discourage as much as possible getting celebrities involved in our campaign, because it leads to a distraction of their careers, And so, if you notice, I haven't gone around with, celebrities and musicians and so on and so forth, because our politics does not understand those things. And so, I don't have any antipathy or anger with anybody who endorses Nanado. That's their decision.
So you don't have feelings for Sarkodie and Samini for endorsing Nanado?
Oh, I like them. They are young, talented musicians, and my attitude towards them doesn't change. I mean, Samini has been somebody that I like. I mean, his music, Linda and all that. I mean, we all love those music. And so if he's endorsed Nanado, he must have his reasons for doing that. It doesn't change my attitude towards him. But I've said that I won't, get musicians and celebrities deeply involved in my campaign, because I don't want to affect their careers. People will misinterpret it and think that because they support you, I won't buy their music. Because they support you, I won't watch their movie.
All right, so that was ex-President John Mahama on Star FM, explaining why he wouldn't use celebrities to endorse. Sadiq is here, the Don, Ernest Kwesianin, DJ Premier, and Mr. Logic. We have a full house today. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Speaker.
How are you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So everybody is fine.
So Majority Chief Whip.
Speaker, I've addressed you properly.
Thank you very much.
Right
Honorable member.
Right Honorable Speaker. Hitz FM Parliament. Anyway, Majority spokesperson. And okay, don't be.
So Sadiq, let me begin with you. Since
be
you speak for the NDC party on creative arts. So the ex-president
and the celebrity, of course, please.
Yes.
We find you quite celebrity.
I find something quite interesting with what the ex-president said. That not involving in their campaign celebrities. But Rex Omar speaks for you. Rex Omar is a celebrity. Rex Omar, excuse me, hold on.
Go ahead.
Here we go again. You see, yesterday,
okay.
same no.
We go again.
Go. You go. Say whatever you want to say.
Right. No, I'm asking a question. So I know that Rex speaks for the party.
Yeah, for the
Rex is a celebrity. I mean, a renowned musician. Again, he has recorded, in fact, 2 songs for the NDC party. Is the president not aware of this?
Okay, so it needs to be placed on record that Rex is a politician as well. So just as we can have a lawyer who is also a politician, we can also have a musician or somebody, an artist who's a politician. Fritz Barfour is an actor and a politician as well. So you don't place Fritz Barfour in the same bracket as the talent who is specialist talent, and So if you realize Rex's role is a just like my role is a political role, where you're advancing the messages and ideals of the party rather than the specialist, you're just coming to do a song or you just have to do an endorsement and go. If you realize the way that both parties have leveraged the arts in times past has always been for...
I want to get your message very clearly. I'm asking, based on what you just said, that yours is like an appointment, right?
It's an
like,
appointment. It's a political appointment.
It's a political
Yeah,
appointment.
it's a political appointment.
So, in the case of people who may have also been appointed by the other side,
like Mark and Co and everything, they are also political appointments.
no, I'm not using Mark. I want to use musicians.
Yeah, the musicians are not an appointment; they are endorsements. There are differences. So, like I said,
is it from them, or it's from the party? I mean, the party appoints you that you are somebody like Kwabena Kwabena. So Kwabena Kwabena, we are very much aware how much he's closer to the president. So in this case, where Kwabena Kwabena records Esro, then he comes up with another song. It's like he's couched.
You know what I'm saying? It's
In
mainly,
this case, is that not also an appointment?
yeah, but you will realize that it's only for the purposes of the campaign. So they are not like whereas I've been a party boy and I've been working in the back room for a long time.
Until the
Rex Omar has
appointment
been
came.
with the party from '92. So regardless of the work that I'm doing, we've always been party people. I'm a politician, regardless of. So I'm just like I said to you, I'm just like a lawyer or a doctor who is doing their work, who are also a politician. So I'll still be a media. Is like what's the guy who was working at here when we became a member of parliament? Kojoba. He was working at Asempa and became a
Asante
member.
Achim.
Yeah, so he's a media person as well as a politician. There are differences. But these ones, they are not politicians per se, but they are only used for the purposes of advancing the messages of the party. So theirs are endorsement. Rex Omar has been with the party from '92. He's always served the party's interest. And Rex Omar as well, you realize that in the last few years has been more with the political side of, or the political leadership side of the industry. You know, so it's like me. I've always been a politician. I've been a politician within the party for a long time, but I do my work, and so it's just that okay. Once you do your work and you have the same way you will have a lawyer who, as part of the party, is saying be in charge of the constitutional and legal affairs because of your background, is the same thing. So there are differences. His is not like the endorsement. The endorsement one is where you engage the people for the purposes of advancing or playing a certain role for the campaign and then paying them off it. You cannot compare, like when you take, say, a Samini to endorse MTN. Samini is not the marketing manager. The marketing manager working for MTN's role is different from a Samini who is endorsing MTN. He's sitting from the outside. He may not even subscribe to the ideals of the party, but once he's been engaged to provide a service, you provide a service.
Right.
So
Don,
that's the difference. So
right. Thank you.
On the
Don,
feedback,
please
I've been
come in.
spoken on his views, like whatever. I haven't passed my comment.
No, so I'll come back. I'll come to you. I just don't want us to exhaust.
Don is the first person.
I just don't want us to exhaust the times.
Yeah,
so I'm allocating times of.
No, but what I'm saying is that I haven't passed my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. I'll
like,
come
as a
back.
pundit. Okay.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
So you do that. I just don't want you to extend your comment,
Okay, right.
your
So
commentary.
after
Yes,
I can
done.
come back.
So I wish we would have.
Thank you very much for putting brakes on Sadiq. Because if you don't put a brake on Sadiq,
No, but Don, you recognize
Here we
that
go.
I sit here. No.
It just changed from brakes to second gear.
When you do that, when you do that, you are the ones that disrupt the show. I'm saying that.
Who disrupts the show?
And they are sitting here with
Here
two
I
hats.
am. I've asked you to hold on.
No, but Don is judging.
And you are
I have to
calling-
you need to be able to put it
jab.
in.
This
I'm
one is
wearing
jab,
two hats, right? I'm sitting here as a unless of
No,
course
today I want you to wear one hat.
please let
No,
me
but am I sitting
No,
as
not the hat. Oh, he's talking about that.
no, am I sitting here
Which
as
of
a
the
regular
hats?
pundit of the show or as
Yes,
a
you
spokesperson for
are.
NBC?
Regular pundit of the show.
so
So
that's
you're
the
wearing
point
one hat.
Okay.
Why you do have two heads? Charlie, have it.
Andy, I think what the ex-president said is his point of view. He articulated clearly. You can tell that he doesn't have a problem with it, but he has said that he doesn't want to use celebrities because he feels that they get hurt along the line. But for me,
Before I continue, let's not forget that the party had stated that earlier that they are not going to use any celebrity.
of
right?
course,
Right.
I mean, he's the leader of the party, so that one there clearly he will be in tandem with that decision before it was even released. That's why he's even backing it. Personally, I feel that probably he's heard stories. Mr. Beautiful is one very great example of a guy who has hammered time and over again that his career got destroyed because he supported openly His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2016 when he was vying for the presidential slot. for me, I think probably he's seen that it took a toll on him psychologically. He will feel responsible for beautiful. Yes, it's going to make him feel very uncomfortable. And if he also wants to look at the kind of terrain we have in Ghana, clearly we don't understand politics to that level where we can know that, look, this person was contracted to do a job and he did it for some financial revenue. He didn't do it simply because he loves the party. We are not able to tell the difference between that. So he feels that we shouldn't do that. I feel that is his point of view, because clearly from where you started your conversation, it shows that it looks like Rex Omar is a celebrated musician. And for me, I don't know how he categorizes Rex Omar, because Rex hasn't actually stood on any political ticket before. Say he divide for any MP from somewhere. And not as far as I know. So I cannot see him as a professional politician, as Sadiq wants me to believe. If he had stood on a party ticket somewhere and lost even before, fine. But for me, he's now wading into politics. He may be a dormant NDC supporter. He now wants to be active. So now he's now entering into active politicking. So I don't know where we can
Rex
draw
has been
the
around,
line.
though, don't forget.
Yes. I don't know where we can draw the line. Yeah. As for being around and talking, and the dust, everybody has a political affiliation. So as for that one, I don't want to go there. We all have a political viewpoint. Yeah, some work in the background, of course. Yeah, they are dormant. That's what I mean. They're dormant. So it's not like they don't do anything, like they are not active.
Please prepare to wrap
so,
up.
I feel that maybe the president is also trying to do something different. Moreover, it costs money. It's not easy to get celebrities to endorse you. Mesbel was saying that they don't have money. Mesbel, she said it. I didn't say it. Mesbel said it. Say people don't have money.
What can I say?
Sadiq, please, your 3 minutes starts now.
Yeah, my 3 minutes. And you have to put them to order.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
My BFF.
Yeah, Andy, good morning to my CEO, Frank, for Koro
Republic, yes.
And also Honorable Bray Champon, wherever you
I'll
are.
go straight to the point. With that time,
is form of Fanana. Yeah, you see, there are two things I'm thinking through now. That why would the former president, at what time did he had that realization that Ghana politics does not favor celebrities' endorsements? At what point did he have that awakening? Because for me, it looks very hypocritical that after using them for all these years, it is to yesterday that he realized that using celebrity does not favor politics in the set or in a sort. When you have already damaged them. You have already damaged them. And after damaging them, now you are coming to see that, Ghana politics, that somebody doesn't want to buy somebody's song, somebody don't want to do this and all that. So because of that, but already you have used the people and finished them. So for me, in one side, I feel a bit of maybe jealousy, kakra, because of the momentum to which the endorsements are coming, and from a voice from afar, you could feel that somebody is a bit, not too comfortable. The volumes of the weight.
You want to say Popomitis?
Exactly. Exactly. Because you understand? Because, and for me, that's why I'm looking at them. So it's two shades. As somebody, you could feel that there's some kind of uncomfortableness from the man's voice.
Yes.
And that's why he has to resort to this Anglican preaching. Because if not, there should be no reason why the fundamental basis has already been defeated by the former president. Because to speak the truth, an Honorable Sadiq member, he knows what I'm saying, that the former president is one particular person who, from Miss Bell, we are not in this country, mention the names. Salas Ibrahim, Miss Bell, all these people who are doing.
Go bring Osofia.
Osofia. He even brought Osofia at the airport. Have you forgotten? Osofia and Mr. Ibu at the airport
Dubai,
to come and then even circle Dubai. We saw it. We've seen all this. We've seen and even. But if you are saying that you want to safeguard your musicians, and you hit one big one like Rexoma, who is even a communication person on creative art, formally appointed. Oh, bruh, why would you to that extent?
Please prepare to wrap up.
So I'm rapping, and so I'm saying that as at the time the former president was making the statement, the status quo has already been broken. He has already defeated the argument. He has already defeated the course of time. And therefore, the locus and where he wants to preach the argument, where he wants to make it look like a particular saint of a sort, doesn't work. It will not wash for Ghanaians because you have already used the people, damaged them. Before now, you are coming to preach to us that the use of celebrities is not favorable for Ghana politics. And that, for me, is very hypocritical. That the old man need not go to that tangent.
Thank you very
because
much,
for me, it's very dangerous. Let him stick to where he is and what he has received. And then we can start the argument from there.
Honorable Member, thank you very much. Honorable Premier, please come in.
Okay, Andy, I think His Excellency, former President John Dramani Mahama, is speaking out of experience. You know, experience, they say, is the best teacher.
And out of pain too.
Oh my goodness. But the pain could be part of the experience.
Yes, out of pain.
The man is trying to speak.
So, we have a Chi adage we say, the wawaka nusro. I'm sure, based on how things went, the last time he went on that line, or he told that line, probably he may have gathered these experience and then therefore making his thoughts or his thinking go into this direction, or letting reality dawn on him to understand how it really works. It's true, our system, we don't really understand the whole endorsement thing and these celebrities or these popular people getting into our political game. We don't really understand it. It's true. We often assume here that even, Andy, when you as a normal person, when you're a celebrity, when you say, I belong to party A, and the other person you're expressing your party to, you say, but you, why did you join this party? Even you, who is not popular, how much more somebody that people have a certain kind of reverence for, who comes out to say, I'm endorsing party A or B. That is something that I think we will grow to understand. But it will just take time and a lot of education for us to get there. We won't get there by just mere talks. It will take a lot of education for people to know that, okay, somebody can endorse party A or party B, but regardless, it doesn't affect their talent, it doesn't affect their craft, it doesn't affect anything. It's just what they feel, because even if they had not come out to declare, they would have gone to exercise their franchise.
Anyway.
And it would have gone either way. So I think it will take a lot of education to get there.
Yes, it is.
Now, my final point. Andy, it's not the endorsement that really affects their career. It's what happens after the endorsement. It's not the song that you do for a particular political party that really affects your career. It's about what you do after you have done the song. Daddy Lumba did a song for Nanado. And he didn't go on social media to write vote for Nanado and this and that. Because the very moment you move from that contract you had to do a song or to endorse into the political game and you start to talk politics, the people will put your celebrity thing aside and face you politically. And that is what happens, and it affects their image or their brands. Because if Mr. Beautiful said, oh, I endorse John Mahama, and he went to say somewhere, nobody would have had any issues with him. But they will say, oh, I endorse party A or party B, and then later they are on the street, and then they are trying to do the politics itself. And that is where it affects them. Because now people will put everything aside, all the reverence and whatever, they'll put it aside and they face you boot for boot.
Yeah.
And that is what I think affects them. So if these artists who endorse, we just endorse and sit there somewhere. I don't think anybody will have any issues with them. But when they endorse and then they begin to now turn into campaign managers, that's where they face the whole wrath of the people.
Right.
But let's not forget that President John Mahama spent a whooping amount of money on Unapo and lost. So he has the experience.
Who has invited you?
I want to be the last to speak.
But you are the last.
No, so far you are the
No,
Everybody is
in fact, you are the last. You just entered. Sadiq, please. Sadiq, time no day.
Sadiq gave a preamble. He gave a preamble. Yeah, he gave a preamble.
103.9
Hitz FM.
Well, I think.
All right.
Yeah, our flag bearer, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, speaking from a point of experience, and most importantly as well, was speaking from the party's position. If you realize, our campaign strategy this time around has moved to a more messaging, thought leadership, and scholarship element of it. So you'd realize, like I said, I've always made the point that in the ways the two political parties have leveraged the arts in advancing their cause, it's always been from the entertainment and the campaign value element of it. But now more than ever, you've seen that there's a certain elevation, there's a certain idea to having to enable the space. And so you will see a well-structured message based on a well-structured research and insight led by people that also, most importantly, understand it and are leading it, in our case. So the party have taken that position. And then he's also coming from the position. And he's right. Even myself, even as a politician and also in business, even just today, somebody gave me a very, very good feedback. Thank you, Nana Kwame Jan, for the feedback. But you gave me a very, very good feedback about the fact that, your response to, say, maybe Sarkodie may affect you, or your work in the industry may affect you. But the interesting part of it is that I knew that, it could or has a tendency to because of the environment. But I was psyched up for it because I'm a politician. When everything else doesn't work, I'm a politician. So whether you affect me or not, it's a decision I've taken to be a politician to drive these things. So I'll do, and politics, and in my case, politics has different elements. There's a combative element of it. There's a hostile element to it. There's the whole, relaxed engagement part of it. And I'm ready for all of that and all the consequences that come with it. I've always taken such a risk.
So in my case, you mentioned that you wanted to react to the topic.
Yeah, so I'm reacting to it. So I'm
making the point you are left with just a minute.
So I'm making the point that he's speaking from the position that, yes, that is how the country is, and Don rightly said that there's been instances where even the people you use had come to make comments about the fact that, well, when they went ahead to endorse, it affected their careers and everything, which is a major concern if you want to be able to advance the cause of industry. But most importantly for our party, the shift now is more focused on the messaging and the thought leadership element to it than just the entertainment value of it. But of course, in couching campaign messages and pushing, it's all art. So you can't lose sight of the fact that, yes, of course, we'll do some music, we'll do some this and all of that. It's the endorsement part of it. So even if we use Anchor Exoma, for instance, it's more from a political appointment to advance that well-structured messaging of the party than the endorsement value or the entertainment value. So he was speaking from that point. It represents the party's position as well, which is what we intend to do and everything. But it's also important to know that he stressed and indicated that their endorsement or anything on his part doesn't change his reactions and the party's reactions to them. Yes, this is personal, whatever. What would happen is that when, say, in your endorsement, you go overboard by making certain comments or anything like that, that is not right. Politically, we'll respond. And that is in order. It is normal with politics. It doesn't mean personally we have an issue with you or anything like that. And that's the point that it's important to stress.
Right, thank you very much. Mr. Logic.
Thank you, Minority Leader. Thank you very much. Let me... You see, I'm pulling so close to the mic because I need to address this issue intensively because I've not spoken since the beginning of the show.
Please, your time starts.
Oh yeah, I'll work with my time. Don't worry.
Thank you.
The thing is, President Mahama has been my ex-president. He has once been my president, so I will never speak to attack his personality. Never. No. I won't do that. It doesn't even show manners.
No, not at all.
The issue is the matter of celebs and public figures endorsing whether a political party, a product, or whatever it is. It makes a lot of sense and it works. I won't say that it is wrong for you to contract people to do such endorsement. It is never wrong. And it never affects the profession of the individuals based on how they deal with it. if I decide to go on a platform and speak on behalf of NPP as a celeb or a figure, it's how I channel my message. I mean, you don't go on platforms and insult leaders and persons. You deal with the issues. I always say that we have to deal with the issues. Deal with the issues you have with the government, with their government, not with the persons. Because, I mean, of course, none of us here is equal President Mahama's achievement and age. You understand? In terms of life achievement, everything. So it makes no sense for you to insult him because he's passed such comment. And in the same vein, it's also against any NDC member to also insult Nanado, His Excellency Nanado, if he decides to contract celebs to endorse the party.
Our incoming next
next president in our next term, which is our 4 more days already confirmed. I mean, we are on number 1, so we don't even
in continuity.
You see, even the figure where we are shows that we are already there, and they come after, even after. Exactly. You know, so 4 more is already confirmed. So seriously, I think we should look at this message in a more positive manner. That's what he wants. But then there is nothing wrong with it. It is allowed, because as we speak, if I, Mr. Logic, with my whatever following I have on social media, if I decide to keep talking to them regular, vote for MPP, even if I win 3,000 out of them, and they vote for MPP, it adds up to the number. Even if it's one person, because with one vote you can still outstrip. So for me, I think there is nothing wrong with it. And then maybe President Mahama is looking at it from the angle of, I mean, why should we spend so much money on them when we are the opposition? We can use that money to make souvenirs and stuff. I mean, constructively it makes sense. But then for NPP, we have the money, not because we are in power. It's because the power is with us. And we can afford. When they were in power, they were able to afford it. Not because they use public funds to do it. It's because you have sympathizers. We have people who can fund such projects. Government don't always use their personal money to fund such. We have sympathizers, sponsors who can fund such projects to happen. And these celebs, they have to be careful what they say, because you are called or you are contracted to speak to the agenda, not to the persons. So for me, seriously, I don't see anything wrong with MPP contracting, because like you said, we give records of the past time when NDC also contracted, brought people in. Even Ghanaians complain, but it helped. I think the last 4 years, they didn't lose because of the celebs. Seriously, we need to look at that, because I think there was a report. Yes. It wasn't because of the celebs that they lost. I think it was for the fact that the time was up. It was a lot of issues. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the celebs that made them lose the election. It was just a matter of time. Time was up. Time was up. So me, I think that we should be happy that the celebs are endorsing it, because it's not everybody who is paid though. See, sometimes we think, Andy, I've got 1 minute. I think that we should. I was
about to prompt.
Yeah, please. I think we should learn to understand that people don't understand that politics is tolerance. Me and Sadiq, we vibe. Seriously, we vibe a lot, and I don't see why NDC colors should make me have some sort of mind or any form of attack.
We go argue heavily and go chop after a laugh and do deal together.
The last time me and Sadiq got some, we had some heated argument here. We were out there chewing kube, and then Philip from Joy FM, is it you and Sadiq chewing kube here? Just after the confusion. So I think it's a matter of differences. We air and then we are back again. So please, my last message is my NDC brothers. It's unfortunate John Dumelo made that statement, even though he has apologized. For me, I would say that NDC, for the sake of their thought leadership that Sadiq was preaching.
Right.
Andy, let me make this statement. It's very important, please. I beg you. I've not spoken the whole time. John Dumelo, that thing he did, it's an incitement, and even in the midst of his apology. Andy, wait. No.
Hey!
Sadiq, Andy, Sadiq has spoken to me all the time. He has never made any form of incitement.
Excuse me. Well, unfortunately, I have to take Mr. Logic off. No, you said speak to the topic. Speak to the issue. Well, your time is up, unfortunately.
I mean, you came through my last 30 minutes.
No, wait 30 seconds. Why?
Why are you depriving me?
Why am I depriving you?
Andy, is this one not part of the topic?
30 seconds, you came through my submission.
Why won't I come through? Because you should have used.
See, this is. I did the same thing to me yesterday. You always deprive me when I want to.
Because the man is trying to make a statement. Yeah. Allow the man to speak.
So do you want 30 seconds or Lord Morgan?
Give me 30 seconds. I don't on, Morgan. Yeah, give me 30 seconds.
No, 30 seconds. That's what we are.
So please, I want them to understand that violence is not part of the movement. Please, it's very necessary.
Thank you.
Violence cannot help any of us. To throw Bonnie, those things, it's not politics.
20 seconds gone.
Politics is gentlemanship and tolerance.
Thank you.
So what I will say is that for our NDC brothers, we love you, but we have won. So please, whilst we go to the polls, December 7, go there with the vim that you won't want to waste the vote, but rather add it to MPP's vote so that we can also, our friendship will still go on. I'm done.
Malcolm is back again.
The former Sadiq has just endorsed it. Sadiq just endorsed it.
All right. So Malcolm,
I'll give you money day. Andy.
Malcolm is back again with the Hot Black Friday deals. In this month of November, shop at Malcolm for your Hot Black Friday deals. Every day in this month of November, from supermarket, household, furniture, groceries, electronics, and many more. In fact, there are thousands of these hot deals in any Malcolm shop nationwide. Malcolm Black Friday, it's simply unbeatable. Terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, we're gonna show us. Now, there have been several songs that have come up regarding political parties. That's for the. Who sang this song?
No name.
Who sang no name?
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
this one no name.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, play Samini. Let's end the show with Samini.
No, I want the Chocho.
Now the Chocho. Happy day, it be
political. No, it's not a political song.
So why are you on that? You were playing the political endorsement.
But I just love the last end.
But Andy, before you play that
only
song,
play the last part.
Make the song finish. Then you go finish that song.
DJ Black in time catch.
Allow the music to play.
Allow the music 1 minute for the song.
So we played 2 minutes of NDC.
Let's play 2 minutes.
Come see this one.
10 seconds.
Wait 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Hey.
Charlie, Samini.
This is Hitz.